Now, here's the case of Parulan versus Director of Prisons. 22 SCRA 638 GR number L28519 February 17, 1968. For the facts of this case, Ricardo Parulan filed a petition for a writ of habeas corpus directed to the Director of the Bureau of Prisons. The petition is for his confinement in the state penitentiary at Muntinlupa, Rizal, which he claims as illegal because the court that rendered the sentence, evasion of service of sentence, was without jurisdiction over his person and of the offense with which he was charged. Now, we must take note that the petitioner, before filing the case, he was confined in the state penitentiary at Muntinlupa, Rizal, serving a sentence of life imprisonment, which, however, was commuted to 20 years by the President of the Philippines. In October 1964, he was transferred to the military barracks of Fort Bonifacio, situated in Rizal, Makati, under the custody of the stockade officer of the said military barracks. In that month of October 1964, while still serving his prison term as aforesaid, he effected his escape from his confinement. Now, petitioner was recaptured in the city of Manila, prosecuted for the crime of evasion of service of sentence, penalized under Article 157 of the Revised Penal Code before the Court of First Instance of Manila. After due trial, petitioner was found guilty of the offense charged and sentenced accordingly with the imposable penalty of prescribed by law on August 3, 1966. Now for the issue of this case in relation to Article 124 of the Revised Penal Code, whether or not Ricardo Parulan was illegally detained, engendering arbitrary detention of Article 124 of the Revised Penal Code. Now for the ruling. No. Hence, the Supreme Court denied the writ. So, the court here said that there are crimes which, although all the elements thereof for its consummation may have occurred in a single place, yet by reason of the very nature of the offense committed, the violation of the law is deemed to be continuing. Now, in the case at bar, the crime of evasion of service of sentence may also be included to his original sentence, since the prisoner, in his attempt to evade the service of the sentence imposed upon him by the court, and thus defeat the purpose of the law, moves from one place to another. Here, the act of the escaped prisoner is a continuous or series of acts set on foot by a single impulse and operated by an unintermittent force, however long it may be. It may not be validly said that after the convict shall have escaped from the place of his confinement, the crime is fully consummated, for as long as he continues to evade the service of his sentence, he is deemed to continue committing the crime, and may be arrested without warrant at any place where he may be found. So let's go back to the elements of arbitrary detention, and let's find out why Parulan cannot be considered. The first element is that the offender is at public office or employee. So in this case, it's the Director of Bureau of Prisons. For the second element, that he detains a person. So, well, it's obvious that he was detained in the Muntinlupa prison. And the third is that the detention was without legal grounds, which, as we pointed out earlier, that in his attempt to evade the service of the sentence imposed upon him by the courts, he is deemed to continue committing the crime and may be arrested without warrant at any place where he may be found at any time. So, as you can see, only two among the three elements apply, the first and the second. The third doesn't because he can be arrested even without warrant. Hence the denial of his request for writ of habeas corpus. So that concludes my report, and thank you so much. Have a great day.